Viewers, once more again, welcome to Politics 2013, a program where politics is measured and weighed. No subject is taboo to handle. Every issue is subjected to analytical lab. Ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, in studio we are privileged to have the political campaign strategist and a political analyst by the name Ochieng Onyango Jr. Welcome to our studios.
Sure.
I'm your host, Job Ongera. Ochieng Onyango Jr. is going to help us decant political players, political pretenders, and give us his predictions. Straight to the point, politics has been a menace since medieval times, since we got independence. Ochieng, as a political strategist, what is your take according to the recent poll opinion from the side of it?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me in your studio.
Welcome.
I'm grateful.
Thank you.
Well, about the subject, that is the current opinion poll. Personally, I don't really appreciate them. However, I think they have an element that, for example, ODM should now step up their game. Because when you look at it, one thing that I don't understand is how Salem Davide scores 7% in round 1. Then in round 2, when he's contesting against Raila, he would score 47%.
47%.
I just don't understand where he's going to get the 40%. I mathematically, or even if you look at it politically or strategically, I don't see it adding up. I think somebody's up to mischief, and I think it's right time these opinion poll bodies be vetted.
Do you believe Musalia Mudavadi as the deputy prime minister, both deputy prime ministers, the Uhuru Kenyatta and the Musalia Mudavadi, them rated that in round 2 they will beat Raila hands down 42%, 47% against 42%, and Uhuru Kenyatta 50%, 42%. Then you tell us exactly what is this undecided 8%? Who are they?
Well, you see, for Musalia Mudavadi, no. I cast my own aspersions. I don't believe it. I just cast my own aspersions about it.
Yes.
But when it comes to this gentleman Uhuru Kenyatta, there's this 8% that Raila doesn't seem to get. But let's assume that the 8% comes to Raila. It means that the second round will be 50-50. Meaning the difference will now, the election will now be won by one vote, the 50% plus 1, right? But I think Raila should now, he should now look on his public relations. He should now come up and give his, like if you look at the current happenings currently, the media has really given TNA a lot of punch. It has really illuminated TNA terribly, to an extent that if somebody landed in this country may confuse TNA to be the ruling party, right?
Yeah.
And see the way they've covered the current defections, actually, and the impending defections. Yeah. But on the contrary, look at what happened the other day. They blacked out the PM's when the PM was presenting the title deeds in Mau. They also blacked out the contribution that PM made when he lobbied his friends to get the 11 billion to reclaim Lake Naivasha.
Yeah.
The same happened when the PM lobbied his friends also from China to do the 85-kilometer road that goes to Masai Mara, the one the Masais were protesting about. Now you see this kind of positive coverage on TNA, right? These are things that make Konaichi think that already ODM has lost, the PM has lost.
When you're talking about the TNA,
sure,
we've seen mass defection from the ODM party to the TNA. And everybody is saying that TNA is the party to watch come 2013. Having said that, what is what can you slightly talk about Mike Sonko, the MP for Kamkunji? He predicted, he became an Octobus, that the results of the opinion poll, TNA will take the day.
These are the things that disturb me. How could Sonko preempt a results of an opinion poll? Remember, opinion poll are things that people are asked.
Yes.
So meaning the person coming to us doesn't know what you say. But how could Sonko predict it with so much accuracy, explicit accuracy? These are things that is why we need to know who funds these opinion poll bodies. What process do they use? Who do they interview? That way, or even as they table the reports, we need an addendum report, an additional report down there that states that who are the funders. We need some transparency, kinda. That way we'll know that these politicians are not paying the piper to play the tune. Remember, he who pays the piper chooses the tune. And exactly, because Sonko could have not said what would come out 6 weeks later. Even Octopus, the great crab, could not have made such a prediction. Remember, Sonko was so accurate. I'm wondering.
Back to Musalia's presidential bid.
Sure.
It's purported is a project, but one political analyst, Mtai Nguyen, had seen him on news, referring Musalia Mudavadi as a bamboo tree. I want you to.
I find that hypothesis by Mutai Nguni null and void ab initio. It's just null and void ab initio. There's no better language I could put it. One, look at a bamboo tree, right?
Yeah.
A bamboo tree grows on water, right?
You're right.
It withstands floods, right? And it's strong. But look at Musalia. Come on, this is one gentleman who is. How did he even venture into politics? How did he get into politics? This man was plucked literally. Look at the only time Musalia Mudavadi faced a flood, or what I call a very, very strong, candidate, was in 2002. And what happened? He lost. Surely, come on, you can't. I think Mutai Nguni meant mushroom. I think the best metaphor here could have been that Musalia Mudavadi is a mushroom, right? You know, a mushroom grows on top of trees. It grows on top of a cow dung. Yeah, because even right now, if we look at Musalia Mudavadi, what does he stand for? Who are his honchos? Who are the people? Come on, no.
Teach me on this and the viewers. Yeah, recent pronouncement or outburst of Musalia Mudavadi that we bear the greatest responsibility, the 40 million Kenyans, out of what is happening in the ICC. We have at least for the Ocampo 4 suspects.
Yeah. Personally, I think Musalia Mudavadi is just being insincere and is just playing to. Actually, just a minute. There's this book I read called The Art of Rhetoric by Shakespeare, by Aristotle, right? The Greek philosopher. And somewhere he talks about pathos, which means appeal to people's emotions. Musalia Mudavadi cannot feign. He cannot even pretend, even to the the sliverest, the smallest idea that these people bear the burden of Kenyans. It is still not lost on us that when Kalonzo Musyoka went on with this shuttle diplomacy, one of those people who rejected this idea first of all was who? It was Kalonzo. It was this same Musalia Mudavadi that today now wants to come and support it and make it appear like he's engaged in some kind of shuttle diplomacy. I find this duplicious, and I find Musalia Mudavadi just being a fraud here. Honestly, from my personal opinion, he's just being a fraud. He's not sincere, and if he's hoping to get the game of vote, this is what I would tell him.
So he's doing that because of political convenience.
This is pure political expediency. And if Musalia Mudavadi is doing this to get the game of vote, I'm sorry, he's dreaming. The only way he can realize this dream is to go back and dream. To go back and sleep. That is the only way he can realize that dream. No, for sure, come on. Yeah? For sure.
That is the only way out.
And remember still, even if you went back to the nitty-gritties of law, right? Yeah. Now, there's this Article 38, which says that Kenyans have the political rights to choose whoever they want, join a party of their own choice, right? Of their own making. Now, Article 99(3) says that nobody shall be barred, not until all avenues of appeal have been exhausted. By and large, what that means is this: that even if Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto were to be jailed in ICC, they still enjoy the appeal process, meaning that these people will still contest. So if Musalia was banking his political check, in the ICC Ayena's bank, then come on, he's lost it.
Before you go out of the two that you mentioned, the Uhuru Kenyatta and the Ruto. Yeah. Out of the Ocampo 4, in fact, 3 of them are running for political offices.
Sure.
Under leadership and integrity of our act, our constitution. Yeah. Are they viable to vie for the same seats?
They are not only viable, but very, very viable. The issue here now moves. The pendulum swings literally from the legal issues, basically from legal issues to moral issues. Yeah. Now, because even if you looked at the chapter 6, article 73, article 73(2), it's quite clear under the principles and guidelines of leadership, right? It says this, that the selection should be based on competence and suitability, or election through a free and fair election, right? Meaning that it now returns back the whole idea of vetting to the Mwananchi. And if the Mwananchi feels that these are people who can lead them, so be it. Remember way back in 2008, when the people of California went to referendum and they rejected the whole idea of gay marriage, the Constitution staged the court staged a constitutional coup by reverting the results of that referendum. But remember, the Constitution still is for Kenyans. The sovereignty of this country belongs to Kenyans. So if Kenyans feel that Uhuru should lead them.
So are you in tandem with the ICC decision that let the people of Kenya decide who they want? Then, if they choose Uhuru Kenyatta, because he's now prepared and the presidential candidate into the presidency seats, what will happen after 2013?
This is the interesting bit. But one thing that I know, that once you become a president, you enjoy immunity, and that is according to the UN Charter. There's nothing that can be done. Come on, look at, for example, people normally say that Kenya will be a pariah state, but Kenya is too big. Kenya is not Somali. All these UN headquarters are here. Come on, I don't think there's anything that will happen. From my own personal opinion, I think this is just a brouhaha, or maybe it's just these angels of mischief going around selling their hoopla. But I think it's okay.
I can't let you go before you talk something about our Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka is saying that he has his political ambitions is basing them on two areas. One, on 24-hour economy and peace. Do we really need peace here? Are we at war?
You know, every time Kalonzo opens his mouth, I ask myself two questions. Has he lost contact? Has he lost touch with time? Has he lost touch with reality? First, he wants to bring peace. Peace against what? Are we fighting? Are we in a war? Are we in a war situation? But even if we were in a war situation, we have the NTIC of Mzalendo Kibunja, which is a constitutional body. We should be handling this kind of things. And when he talks about 24-hour economy, I think Kalonzo is not just being insincere, but he's being insincere.
Either way,
he's a loser. He's just being insincere and insincere. And even if Kalonzo now moved beyond the rhetorics of 24-hour economy, come on, look, the supermarkets tried it. Which people shop at 2 a.m. in the night? Which people? At that hour, people are busy sleeping, right?
Yes.
So how does Kalonzo hope to make it? In fact, according to me, he has lost it. You should look at what problems are ailing this country. There are no jobs, there's insecurity, there's food famine, the falling shilling, inflation, all these. Kalonzo, according to him, these ones don't treat high. What treats high to him? His peace and the other one. What do you call it?
The total economy.
However, I think you as the media now, you people should call Kalonzo and probe him on the nitty-gritties, the nuts and bolts of his 24-hour economy. Because just saying 24-hour economy is not enough. We need
we'll do that. Viewers in NKS, if you're joining us right now, this is Politics 2013, where your opinion and your ideas counts. Is really bringing it into simpler game so that you can be able to politic in the right way, because politics has become what we eat, what we take now and again. In any case of your views, suggestions or comments, you can always follow us on our Twitter handle, which is running down on your screen, and the SMS number, which is appearing on your screen. Once more again, before we go to our commercial break, I want you to talk about the recent launching of the Balala's party, the Republican Council party, and you tell the viewers, or you can synchronize the two, the Mombasa Republican Council. What comes into you?
First of all, I must say that I'm amazed that Balala actually launched Republican Congress Party, and then he's saying that he's standing for aspirations of the Mombasa Republican Congress or it Council. I find it funny. Politicians are not being sincere here. And on this, let me just reserve my comment. Thank you.
It deserves a healthy debate once more again. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back in a moment. After this commercial break, we are going to address the party hopping and the mass defection of one party to the other. Otherwise, don't go far, because we're going to be back in a moment.